Mailer's pitch, the fastball inside, ball one. Managers look at this because if you get in a tight situation at the end of the game, you can force Chili Davis to bat right-handed just by bringing a left-hander in. That's why you have to have lefties in your bullpen. Davis cuts and misses at a Mailer curveball, 1-1. Chili hitting .306 as a left-hand hitter. As a right-hand hitter, hitting .217. So at the end of the game, you can tell how the Braves will want Davis to hit. Mailer is 1-1. It's up high, 2-1. Davis has had only a fair season power-wise, 11 homers, 65 RBIs. He has the kind of power, the kind of ability to drive in a lot more runs. He's had a tough time since the All-Star break hitting for power. Mailer's 2-1. It's the inside corner of the knees and the count 2-2. Mailer has had 4 good starts in a row. He had an outstanding start in St. Louis, lost the game on a very controversial strike ball call by Eric Gregg. He lost it 2-1 on a walk to the bases loaded to Terry Pendleton in the 8th inning, then came back and beat St. Louis here. Now the 2-2 is swung on and ripped to left field. It's a base hit. It's going to go down the line. It'll be an extra base hit in the corner. Griffey fields off the left field wall, and Chili Davis coasts into second, going the opposite way and hitting a line drive double down the left field line. So Davis in scoring position now with no one out for Brenly, Woolette, and Uribe. Giants playing Davis to pull, and when he lined it toward the left field line, Griffey couldn't get there in time and had to play it off the wall, and so the double resulted. Now here's Bob Brenly. Brenly had a day that he'll never forget the rest of his life in San Francisco last Sunday. Those of you who watched or heard the game will never forget it either. The Braves lost one of the toughest games of the year. You have to admire Brenly the way he came back. A right-hand hitter, and he takes a fastball inside, ball one. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, Brenly in, I think, the 3rd or 4th inning, made 4 errors in 1 inning. Tied a record that hadn't been retied since 1901. The pitch is down low on the count, 2-0. Brenly made 2 errors on 1 play. And the Braves scored 4 runs in the inning because of Brenly's gifts. Then Brenly hit a bases empty home run to make it 4-1. Bob Melvin hit a home run to make it 4-2 right in back of him. Right now the stretch by Mailer. And the pitch is pop foul out of play, so the count 2-1. Later in the game off Gene Garber, Brenly hit a 2-run single to make it 6-4. The Giants eventually tied the game, and then the 9th inning with 2 outs and no one on, Brenly hit a home run off Paul Ossenmacher and won it. So, as I said before, Brenly had a Jekyll and Hyde day in San Francisco. Mailer's 2-1. Fastball inside corner, 2-2. Brenly has always hit very well against the Braves. Lifetime, he's hitting at .324, and he probably lifetime is hitting less than .250 against the rest of the league. He's got power as well. Has a good eye. He walks a lot. He's in the top 5 or 6 in the National League in walks. Mailer's 2-2. Swung on and ripped right off Ramirez's glove. He had a double play. Around third is Davis. He'll score. It is 1-0. Rafael Ramirez had a double play and probably looked up too quick. Brenly hit a rope at shortstop. If Ramirez catches the ball, it was right in his glove, he doubles up Chili Davis, who was caught off the bag. But Ramirez, I think, must have looked up to see where Davis was and dropped the ball. It was in his glove. My goodness. Well, Ramirez boots the line drive by Brenly, and the Giants get a run. It is an error against the shortstop Ramirez. Brenly scores no RBI. But, of course, that's just bookkeeping. It's a 1-0 game, Giants, and here is the switch-hitting catcher, Phil Woolette. The pitch is bounced to second, double play ball. Hubbard to Ramirez, back to first. It's a double play. Ramirez got taken out heavily by Brenly, but I think he's okay. And the Braves turn a 4-6-3 double play. So there are 2 outs and no one on. And the reason I said that Ramirez, in dropping the ball, missed the double play because Davis was caught off the bag. He was 10 feet off the bag. Ramirez catches the ball, which he should have. It would have been an easy flip to Hubbard for the double play, and Ouellette's ground ball would have ended the inning. So the run is unearned, and the Giants lead it 1-0. 2 outs, bases empty, and here's shortstop Jose Uribe. Uribe in his second year, quick, steals bases, good shortstop, very good arm. Not much of a hitter, hitting at .224, a switch hitter, but doesn't have too much power. The pitch is in there for a strike. One thing you can say for Uribe, hits 8th in the order. And for a guy who's hitting .224 and hitting 8th, where you're not going to see a good pitch with men on base with the pitcher up next, Uribe does have 41 RBIs. Mailer's change curve in there for a strike, and the count 0-2. Well, the Giants grab the initial lead of the game. They lead it 1-0 here in the top of the second. Now Rick Mailer gets the Benedict sign. Here's the 0-2. Change, line, pulled down the right field line. It is a foul ball. He just missed. Uribe just missed a double. Mailer gave him 2 change in a row, and he committed a cardinal sin if you throw the change. He got the pitch up. You can be fooled by a changeup, but if the pitch is up, it's in your eyes, so you're able to, because the pitch is so slow, you're able to double clutch and react, and Uribe still pulled the ball foul because the pitch was up. Pitch is down, he probably strikes out. And if the pitch is up, that kind of a change to a big hitter, that flies out of the park. The pitch struck him out. Same pitch, he kept it down. A changeup curve by Mailer strikes out Uribe. That's the 3rd strikeout for Mailer. The Braves give up a run. Now the pitch. That's fouled off. I'll tell you something interesting. The Giants have overshifted on Horner a lot this year. And here he is leading off an inning. In other words, there's no one on base. And Robbie Thompson is playing well off second base on the first base side. It really is surprising that they have changed their scouting report on Horner. The 0-1. Fastball is rocketed high. I guess they feel that Horner will not pull downs. I guess they feel he throws pretty hard. That's what I guess. Because Robbie Thompson's playing very normal second base position for a right-hand hitter. And normally they play Horner either right behind the bag or on the shortstop side if no one's on base. The 1-1. Swung on and bounced wide at first to Thompson. Covering his Downs. He takes the toss, steps on the bag, one away. And he got spiked. Downs got spiked by Horner. Inadvertently, of course. Now the Giants will send their trainer out there. It was a bouncer wide of the bag. Clark missed it. Thompson covered up in back of Clark, and Downs had to take the throw. He did. And as he crossed the bag, he got spiked. And he is limping around in a little bit of pain. And you could tell that right away. It was off the end of the bat, breaking ball. We have a replay here. We'll try to find out exactly where Downs got spiked. Downs hits the bag a stride ahead of Horner. Oh, he didn't get spiked. He turned his ankle. That's what happened. As he came across the bag, he hit the bag. He wanted to get off, and the ground gave away, and I think he hurt his ankle. I didn't see Horner reach him. David, did you see Horner reach him at all? I think Horner was a stride away. I didn't think he had gotten him with a naked eye. Now look at the replay. His foot just gave out as he hit the bag. He wanted to get out of there quickly. He's going to take some precautionary tosses. Well, you know what? He's not going to take some precautionary tosses. He's going to leave the mound. This is the 3rd time we have seen a pitcher get injured in a ball game in the past 2 days. Remember, it happened twice to Braves pitchers against the Dodgers in that Wednesday game. Now, Kelly Downs leaves. I don't know if they're going to work on him. He's going to come back. No one has come in from the Giant bullpen. Maybe he's not going to leave. Maybe they're just going to assist him in the dugout. Downs comes into the dugout. The only reason I know this dugout is hidden from our view, but TBS has a camera. I think they are going to go to the bullpen. The Giants are working on Downs in the dugout. No one has left the bullpen, and normally if a guy is not going to continue, you bring someone in from the bullpen, and he has as long as he wants. He could take whoever comes in. He could take a half hour. Well, they're going to look at Downs and either wrap his ankle or whatever part of his foot or ankle that he hurt, it looked like his foot gave way as he hit the bag ahead of Horner. It did not look like he got spiked. Apparently, they're going to try to get Downs ready to resume pitching because no one has come in from the bullpen. Normally, you just bring a guy out of the bullpen and let him take as much time as he wants to warming up on the mound. So apparently, Kelly Downs is going to receive some first aid and then try to come back and pitch. The Giants scored in the top half on a double by Chili Davis and a line drive, which was dropped by Rafael Ramirez, went into left field. Would have been a double play. And the young right-hander's pitch swung on and popped him up to short right center field. Back goes the second baseman, Robbie Thompson. He's on the outfield grass. He makes the catch. And that's 2-away. So with 2 down, here's Ramirez. Ramirez made the error in the top half of the inning to allow the run to score. He has played a pretty good shortstop that hit very well of late. As you know, his average went all the way down the low 220s about a month ago. Since then, Ramirez has hit well over 300, has pushed his average up to 247. The pitch, a fastball is high, ball 1. Kelly Downs throws pretty good. The Giants have a right-hander warming up in their bullpen. It might be Jeff Robinson. The 1-0. There's a strike and the count 1-1. Unfortunately, Rick Shaw absconded with his field glasses, so we can't tell. Now the wind, and here's the 1-1 to Ramirez. The breaking ball is outside, and the count 2-1. Two outs, bases empty. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Now Downs winds, and here's the 2-1 delivery. Ramirez went fishing, missed the outside pitch, and the count 2-2. If you walk Ramirez, you're wild. Rafi has the old thou shalt not pass routine up at the plate. He walked only 20 times this year. Downs gets his sign. Here's the 2-2. Fastball is fouled off right side. The count holds 2-2. Ramirez has been up officially 474 times, and he has walked only 20. So if you walk Ramirez, you got to be trying to. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rafael. The pitch swung on and popped up weakly to first. Will Clark makes the catch, and that ends the inning, and he stays in the game. As a hitter this year, Downs is 2 for 19, no homers or RBIs. Mailer's pitch, and his fastball low outside, ball 1. Downs bats him as he throws him right-handed. Now Mailer's 1-0 is right through there for a strike. Today the Cubs beat the Pirates 8-2. Gary Matthews had a home run for the Cubs, and Bobby Bonilla finally hit a home run for the Pirates, his first of the year. The pitch fouled off, and the count 1-2. Tonight, at the end of 2.5 innings in Montreal, the Cardinals and the Expos are scoreless. Danny Cox going for the Cards, and Bob Ochinko just recalled from the minor leagues pitching for the Expos. The 1-2 by Mailer is bounced foul at the plate. Bounced foul because Kelly Downs hit it twice. Hit the dirt and he hit it again. And the count 1-2. In New York tonight, Kevin Gross pitches for the Phil Sid Fernandez for the Mets. And they're scoreless at the end of 2.5. In Cincinnati, it's Rick Honeycutt for the Dodgers, Chet Power for the Reds. Greg Brock homered in the second inning. The Dodgers lead 1-0 at the end of an inning and a half. Here's Mailer's 1-2, and the slow curve struck him out. That is the 4th strikeout for Mailer. And he has one away here in the third. Now the top of the order, Will Clark, who struck out on the same pitch his first time up. Starting in, I guess, about 15-20 minutes in the Astrodome, Andy Hawkins pitches for San Diego, and Nolan Ryan for the Astros. And the Astros closing in on the clincher. 10 games up, 15 to go, so their magic number must be somewhere around 5 or 6. Will Clark steps out of there. You know, I mentioned before what a good-looking hitter Clark is. He just looks like a natural hitter. He's had such little experience, and he's hitting Major League pitching so well. He takes outside ball 1. But I guess we're all prejudiced by what we see, how players play against the Braves. And Will Clark against the Braves this year, 11 for 26, a .423 average. So I guess he certainly looks like a good hitter against the Braves, hitting about .300 overall against the league. He swings and misses, and the count 1-1. Scoreboard has 2-0, but he did swing. The pitch is down low, and the count now goes to 2-1. Beware of the scoreboard. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground a second. Hubbard fields and flips in time. 2-way. In the American League tonight, the Tigers scored a run in the first, and at the end of 2 innings of play, Detroit leads the Yankees 1-0. Dan Petrie pitching for the Tigers, and I think the left-hander Rasmussen pitching for the Yanks. I think Dennis Rasmussen is pitching. At the end of 2 innings of play up in Toronto, the Blue Jays have tied the Red Sox at 2. Here's Robbie Thompson, and he takes a fastball through there for a strike. Tom Seaver for Boston, Dave Stieb for Toronto. The other games starting later, Milwaukee at Baltimore, Minnesota at Texas, Kansas City at Seattle. The pitch to Thompson is bounced to third. Oberkfell fields and throws across in time. She looks terrific. Our best go to Brian and Ronnie. Good guys. Bruce Benedict leads off for the Braves here in the bottom of the third, and Downs' first pitch is inside ball 1. Benedict hitting at .235, no homers, 12 RBIs. He's been doing a lot of catching of late. Ozzie Virgil is in a slump. He's been sitting a lot. Fastball is high. He has a good fastball, this young man, Kelly Downs. That count 2-0 on Benedict. Benedict, Hubbard, and Rick Mailer, bottom third of the Braves order, trailing 1-0 here in the third. The rest of that American League schedule in a moment. Downs pitch, fastball gunned right across, the count 2-1. Milwaukee, Baltimore, Minnesota, Texas, Kansas City, Seattle, Cleveland, Oakland, Chicago, California. Here's the 2-1, and the pitch outside, breaking ball, 3-1. Only one 20-game winner thus far in the major leagues. Roger Clemens has won 23 for Boston. Well, tonight, a young left-hander who shone at the All-Star game, Teddy Higuera, gets his chance to win 20. Now the 3-1. Swung on line, base hit, left field. Aldretti plays it on a hop, and Benedict lines a hard single to left field. He's on with the tying run. Teddy Higuera, like his fellow countryman Fernando, 19-9. And he goes for number 20 tonight in Baltimore, and Milwaukee has not scored. Ken Dixon is pitching for the Orioles. Aren't too many who will make 20. There are a few who have a chance. Jack Morris has 18 for the Tigers. Mike Witt has 18 for the Angels. Downs goes over there to chase Benedict back, but Kelly, if you don't know, Bruce will not be running at first base. Although the Braves might play hit and run. But then again, they might not. The stretch by Downs. And the pitch to Hubbard is down low, ball 1. Let's see, Higuera has 119 for Milwaukee. Morris, 18 for the Tigers. Witt, 18 for California. I don't think anyone else will make it in the American League. Kirk McCaskill has 16 wins. Dennis Rasmussen, by the way, has 15. As does the can. Imagine Oil Can Boyd, if he hadn't missed more than a month this year, that he might have won 20. The pitch to Hub. Swung on and lined hard, but fouled down the left field line. It'll carry over the Giant bullpen into the crowd. In the National League, it might be tough for more than 2 to make it. Fernando has 19. He has 3 more starts. Mike Krukow of the Giants has 17. He goes Sunday. And the Giants going to give Krukow every available start to get to 20. And that is just about it. I'll tell you why in a minute. Throw to first base. Benedict just about standing on the bag. There are 3 pitches with 16. Bobby Ojeda of the Mets, Mike Scott, and Bob Knepper of the Astros. It might be tough to get 4 more starts, much less win all 4. So won't be too many 20-game winners in the bigs this year. The pitch to the plate. Cut on a missed a curveball. Hubbard way out ahead of a slow sweeping curve in the count 1-2. Glenn at 231, 4 homers, 36 RBIs. We'll watch the Milwaukee-Baltimore game and root for Teddy Higuera to win his 20th. Downs taking his time now. Again goes to first base. Benedict just standing on the bag. And you don't hit and run on 1 and 2. Now the stretch. The 1-2 delivery. Foul back to the screen. Now the count holds 1 and 2. For our more than 100 stations on the Braves network throughout the great Southeast, we'll give you a chance for a station ID right after Hubbard does one thing or t'other. Benedict with a very short lead at first. Giants, of course, playing back in double play position. The 1-2 delivery. Fastball is inside. The count 2-2. Well, the Braves would love to get Hubbard on base here. And then have Mailer, who handles the bat extremely well, move him over. The Giants have Brenly at third, and he's a catcher playing third base. Very good middle of the infield with Uribe and Robbie Thompson. Clark looks like he handles the glove very well at first. Here's the 2-2. Fastball is high and tight. The count goes full 3-2. In the outfield, Aldrete has played the outfield. He's normally a first baseman. He's in left field. Chili Davis can play in center field. Maldonado in right field. Benedict stays put. The 3-2. Cut on a miss. Now Benedict is going late, and the throw no one covers. It's a stolen base. How do you like that? The Giants were so sure that Benedict would not go that no one covered the bag. Woulette's throw got there on a hop. It was fielded by Robbie Thompson way behind the bag. Uribe and Thompson got their signals mixed, and Bruce Benedict steals a base. How do you like that? So Hubbard strikes out. Benedict starting late gets to second base on a straight steal, as it turns out. Obviously the Braves playing hit and run on a 3-2 pitch, and here's Rick Mailer. For Benedict, his first stolen base of the year. The pitch to Mailer is high, ball 1. We pause for station identification on the Braves radio network.
It's the winning lineup in Atlanta. Dick Hemby mornings, Ludlow Porch middays, Skinny Bobby Harper afternoons, award-winning news and sports, Mike Malloy sound off, and Aretta Jenkins all night long. All for you from AM Stereo 750, WSB Atlanta.
Mailer swings. It's a ground ball to short. Uribe fields and throws him out. Benedict moves on over to third, so the Braves now have Benedict at third base with 2 men out as Mailer grounds out short first. And with 2-away, here's Albert Hall seeking his first base hit since being recalled from Richmond, and a base hit with Ty. At Richmond, Albert had a pretty good year. He hit .270, 3 homers and 41 RBIs. More importantly, and the reason the Braves are going to take a look at him in September, Albert stole 72 bases in 88 tries. And the Braves have an enormous lack of speed on their ball club. They need someone who can run the bases a bit. Albert would like to be that guy. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Benedict off third with 2 outs. The pitch is high outside, ball 1. We mentioned Hall a switch hitter. He probably can hit about the same from either side. He has a little more pop from the right side. That's his natural side. Brenly in at third, guarding against the bunt. The pitch to Hall, cut on a miss. He missed a breaking ball, and the count 1-1. But you know it's different. Albert Hall plays the year at Richmond. I'm not saying that it's not important to find out what he can do, but Hall plays the year at Richmond. Then he comes up and he starts for the Braves, and he starts against Fernando Valenzuela, Oral Hershiser, and Bob Welsh. 3 good reasons to go 0 for 10. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and chopped in front of the plate. Downsfield. He throws in time, and that ends the inning. Giants playing without a lot of their players, and have during the year. Aldrete swings and lines it to left. Back goes Griffey at the track. He makes the catch, one away. Aldrete hit it hard, but he is very definitely an off-field hitter. And with one down, here's Maldonado. Of course, the Giants' best clutch hitter, big RBI guy, and captain Jeffrey Leonard is out, and he's been out for almost half the season. Their third baseman, Chris Brown, is out. He was one of the league's leading hitters before getting injured. He has a bad shoulder. He can pinch run. He did against the Braves last weekend, but he's not playing and won't be playing in the field the rest of the year. The pitch to Maldonado, down low, ball one. That's two pretty good hitters out of your batting order, Chris Brown and Jeffrey Leonard. And their pitching staff has been injured all year long. The Giants have had no fewer than 12 men start games for them this year because of all the injuries. Now the 1-0, the change right in there for a strike, 1-1. Off the top of both my heads, I can think of three guys who would be in the Giants rotation if they weren't injured and have missed virtually the whole year. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses outside, 2-1. Right-handers Roger Mason and Jim Gott, and the left-hander Atlee Hammaker. Well, the Giants, like the Dodgers, really been hit very hard with the injury bug. Maldonado lifts a drive to deep right. Hall goes back on the track at the wall. It is off the top of the wall. It bounds back to Dale Murphy. Maldonado around second, heading for third. Here's Hubbard's throw. It is in time. Oh, what a throw by Hubbard. Truthfully, I didn't think Hubbard had a chance to get him. Maldonado, on a curveball that hung a bit, went the opposite way. Hall went back and jumped at the wall, and the ball went just over Albert's glove off the top of the wall. Missed a home run by a couple of feet. Dale Murphy, backing up the play, hit Hubbard, and Hubbard from short right field fired a strike to Oberkfell, who made the tag way before Maldonado hit the bag. That was a fabulous throw by Hubbard. So give Maldonado a double to right, and he's out. Right now, here's Davis, who swings, hits it on the ground to second. Hubbard fields, throws him out, and that retires the side. Now here's Oberkfell to lead off. The bottom of the fourth. Braves trail at 1-0. Obi fly to center his first time. The pitch hit hard on the ground off Brenly. He recovers. His throw is low. Grabbed by Clark in time. No error. Brenly booted it, but the ball, he got very lucky. He booted the ground ball, but the ball went straight up in the air. And Brenly didn't have to bend down and pick it up off the ground. It went straight up in the air. Brenly grabbed it, fired low, but Clark came up with it. And Oberkfell retired on a hard-hit ground ball, 5-3. One away, and here's Murph. Downs to Dale Murphy, and the breaking ball is down low, ball one. We can update the scoreboard for you, and will throughout this inning. Now the 1-0 from Downs. Fastball is just low on the count, 2-0. Orioles lead Milwaukee 2-0 into 2. Remember, Teddy Higuera of the Brewers going for number 20. Ken Gearhart had a home run for the Orioles. His first major league home run. Line, base hit. Center field. Murph almost took Kelly Downs' head off with a bullet line drive up the middle. So the tying run on at first base with one out, and here's Bob Horner. Toronto leads Boston 3-2 at the end of 3.5. The Tigers lead the Yanks 3-1 at the end of 3.5. Alan Trammell is homered for Detroit. Dan Pasqua for the Yanks. In the National League, Cardinals Montreal scoreless end of 3. Phillies Mets scoreless end of 3.5. The Dodgers on Greg Brock's homer lead Cincinnati 1-0 at the end of 3.5. Later, San Diego and Houston. And the Cubs beat the Pirates 8-2. Horner swings at the first pitch, lifts a high fly ball to center field, just about in his tracks. Chili Davis makes the catch, 2 away. Horner skies out to Chili in center field, 2 down. Now here's Ken Griffey. Well, they hit some home runs in the American League, don't they? Alan Trammell, the Tiger shortstop, a very good hitter, but he's not a home run hitter. And he has 20 homers on the year. Dan Pasqua is a young left fielder for the Yanks, left-hand hitter. He has a lot of power. He is a home run hitter. Kind of as a part-time player, he has 16. Pitch bounces up there, ball 1-2. Griffey. You know, Minnesota does not lead the American League in home runs anymore. And they've hit a bunch. The Tigers have overtaken Minnesota. They've hit a lot of home runs, that team, with Darrell Evans and Lance Parrish and Kirk Gibson, Trammell and Whitaker. Their whole ball club hits home runs. The pitch to Griffey is up high in the count 2-0. Dale Murphy at first base, 2 men out in the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Giants. Kelly Downs, the rookie right-hander, looks in to get the sign from his rookie catcher, Phil Ouellette. The Giants tonight playing Clark at first, Thompson at second, Ouellette behind the plate, Aldrete in left, and Kelly Downs. 5 rookies starting tonight. Now the pitch. And there's a fastball outside corner, the count 2-1. Jose Uribe in his 2nd year. Chili Davis in his 4th year. I mean, that's a very young ball club. Only true veteran is Bob Brenly. Maldonado's been up a few years, but this is the first year Candy's had a lot of playing time. The pitch to Griffey is cut on and foul tipped into Ouellette's glove, and the count 2-2. The Mets picked up a run, and they lead Philadelphia 1-0 now at the end of 4 in New York. And in a totally meaningless game as the Mets have clinched. Now the 2-2. Swung on and bounced to short. Uribe fields, steps on the bag, and that inning. Rick Mahler, his 5th straight good outing. He winds, and his pitch is down low, ball 1. 2 games against the Cards, 1 against the Dodgers, and the route-going win in San Francisco last Saturday. Pitch to Brenly is right in there for a strike, 1-1. Mahler, who's had this roller coaster year, can make it a fairly good season by finishing up strongly in his last couple 3 starts. The 1-1 to Brenly. The right-hand hitter pops it foul out of play. Mahler's certainly not fond of a losing record. He's 13-15, so he obviously needs 2 wins to even that. His ERA is not very good, 4.90. It was over 5 for a large measure of the year, so he certainly wants to get that down. He has a chance. Rick winds the 1-2. Change curve is outside. The count 2-2. Tonight, it's, of course, an unearned run does not count on his earned run average, which is what that's all about. But Mahler gave up a run on a double by Chili Davis, and Brenly ripped a line drive at Ramirez. If Rafi catches it, it's a double play. Davis was way off the bag, but it, for one reason or another, ticked off his glove and went to left field. Davis scored. That's the only run of the game. The 2-2. Curve, strike 3 is called. Beautiful slow curve by Mahler on the outside part. And for Rick, that is strikeout number 5 in the ballgame. Mahler, like any pitcher who's not overpowering, needs good control. And he needs good control in the strike zone. He can't leave his pitches up. Well, tonight he is not. He has struck out 5. He has not walked a batter, and he's pitching another beautiful ball game. So is Kelly Downs for the Giants. Here's the catcher, Phil Ouellette. He's a switch hitting catcher. Batting left-handed against Mahler, of course, and the pitch, the slow curve is up high, ball 1. Ouellette played 90 games at Phoenix this year and had a good season. The curveball is inside, the count 2-0. He hit .313, 7 homers and 41 RBIs. He spells his name O-U-L-E-T-T-E, but pronounces it Ouellette, as if there is a W at the beginning. The pitch swung on and fouled back on another change, in the count 2-1. 2 balls and a strike on the young Giants catcher. Their catchers are young. This Ouellette, of course, a rookie. They try to get the wave going here, but once it hits left field to right field, there won't be too much waving being done. Now the 2-1. Swung on and bounced to second. Hubbard fields at a high hop, recovers, throws, In time, he made a dandy play. Another sparkling play by Glenn Hubbard. This field has been torn up by the Falcons. As the ball reached Hubbard, it took a very high hop, and of course a high hop goes over Hubbard's head. But Yosemite Sam jumped up and made the grab way over his head on the outfield grass, recovered, and his strong throw to first just nipped Ouellette. Boy, an outstanding play by Hubbard. That's his second straight fine play. Two-way, and now here is the Giant shortstop, Jose Uribe. At the end of this half inning, Ernie will come on over, and I'll go over to television and join Bobby Wine, who's helping us out. The curveball mailer, low ball one. 1-0 Giants on an unearned run in the second inning. Uribe, the switch hitting shortstop. Mailer is 1-0. There's a strike on the outside. You know Mailer wants this guy. If he gets him, that means that the pitcher leads off the sixth inning. You figure to get him out, so you're 1/3 of the way through. The 1-1. Uribe misses the change curve, 1-2, way out ahead. Mailer has yielded only 3 hits. He has struck out 5 and not walked a batter. And when Ernie comes over in the bottom of the 7th, he'll play goodies with you worth tonight $800. Now Mailer winds, and here's his 1-2. Fastball misses down low, and the count evens at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, change curve down low, 3-2, and Mailer does what he did not want to do, go to 3-2 on Uribe. Uribe, even if he gets a base hit, is going to hit a single. He doesn't have much power. And you don't want to walk him. The 3-2, he popped him up to short center field. Murph comes in. Dale is. Here's a pitch to Hubbard, a little bit high. 1-0.
Or was it the 8th inning worth $700? I'll check it out. It's the 7th, I believe, $800. 1-0. Luck out, almost hit him. 2-0. 1 out. A runner at first, Benedict, with Mailer on deck. We just checked it out. It is the 7th inning. It's worth $800. Now the 2-0. Strike. 2-1 right on the outside corner. Same 2 clubs tomorrow. Air time is 3:35 for the Chuck Tanner Show. It'll be Charlie Palaio against Mike Lacoste. Now a 2-1, swung on, popped up, right up the elevator shaft, right over the pitcher's mound. In comes Clark under. He's got it. He hasn't dropped one of those since Little League. I don't even know if he dropped one then. Will Clark. He's a fancy fielding first baseman. Here's Rick Mailer. Mailer the first time up, grounded out. Benedict at first. Albert Hall on deck. We're zipping along here tonight. We're already in the bottom of the 5th. And the stretch and pitch. Swung on, hit foul. Boy, Mailer was going for it. He was guessing fastball and trying to rip one. 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball, right center. It's going to be caught by Davis, right in front of Maldonado for out number 3. And the rest of the game start later on the coast. Kelly Downs leads it off, the pitcher. And the windup and pitch, curve, strike, 0-1. Clark is on deck in the 0-1 pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the wind and the 1-1. A ball. We want to wish a speedy recovery to Mark Cobb. Mark Cobb, big Braves fan, hospitalized at Northside. We hope that he's had a pleasant day. 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. He's winding and pitching. Strike. Now the wind, and Mailer with a 3-2. Swung on, foul, look out. Boy, that ball went over that dugout at first like a bullet. Boy, it came out of there too. I just think it hit a seat. There are a few to hit tonight, but the crowd better than I expected, really. Better than last night and better than any crowd against the Dodgers. 3-2. Bouncing ball up toward first. Horner grabs it, throws to Mailer in time, and Downs is running, favoring that foot. Well, he better never hurt his arm, or Roger Craig will really be upset. He's pitching and running as though that hurt him. Horner fields it, throws to Mailer, 3-1. Now the top of the order. Well, we can't let another minute go without thanking again the Tucker High School Marching Tiger Band from Tigerland under the direction of Mr. William Poole. They played so well here tonight. I just wish everyone could have heard them. Tiger Band from Tucker High. I'm telling you, they played up a storm. Good drill team and the majorettes, the whole works. We appreciate them taking the time to come out. There's a foul away by Clark. And a lot of the families of the musicians here in attendance on Tucker night. No balls, 1 strike. Sign given and a pitch made. Swung on, hit foul, 0-2. The unearned run was scored back in the second when Davis doubled, but then Brenly hit a line drive right at the shortstop, Rafael Ramirez, about shoulder high, and it went in his glove and out, and Davis was even moving toward third. It would have been a cinch double play. The ball got away from Ramirez. The run scored, and that's been it. There's a liner over third down toward that corner. Trouble? Yes. Into the corner. Clark at second will hold there. Will Clark with a double. That's the 4th hit off Mailer. Now Robbie Thompson with a runner at second, and only 1 out. Thompson been up twice. He singled and grounded out. Now the sign, and Mailer looks at second, comes to the plate. Curve, strike called, 0-1. Dave Pallone calling the balls and strikes. Ripley first, Engel second, Runge at third. Originally, they had Ripley calling the balls and strikes on the board in the press lounge, but it's Pallone's turn. No balls and a strike. Mailer set. Looks to second and pitches, swung on, hit foul down the right side. He was behind on that fastball, hit it into the seats and right. No balls, 2 strikes. Sign given. 1 out. Now from the belt, Mailer pauses and pitches. Swung on, hit off the fist to the mound. Mailer holds a runner, throws to first. And Thompson was jammed with that fastball, and it's an easy out. 1-3. Now Mike Aldretti. He's reached on a fielder's choice and lined to left. He hit the ball hard to left field. Griffey caught it going away on the track. Benedict out to talk to Mailer. They might have changed signs with that runner at second just to throw everybody off. Two outs. And a pitch. Strike 0-1. Clark is off second base. Mailer looking to Benedict for the sign. Now he picks it up, stretches, looks to second and pitches. Missed with the fastball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pete and Skip are away doing football. Pete will be back for Sunday's game. Skip has a night game tomorrow night in Champaign-Urbana up the University of Illinois, so he won't be back for Sunday's game. Pete's game is in the afternoon. Pittsburgh against Purdue at Purdue. The 1-1 inside, 2-1. Two outs. Mailer trying to get out of it. Keep it at 1-0. Giants lead the season series 9-6. And the 2-1 swung on drill right field. That's in for a base hit. Going to score the run. It bounces by Hall. Aldretti to second will hold there. Hall came over, took a big bounce past him. The run was going to score easily, and I think that was a changeup. I don't think that was a fastball. His 16th double of the year. Mike Aldretti is at second. It is now 2-0. It was a let-up. Bingo, he hit it. We look at our replay. Now Candy Maldonado. 2-0. Giants. Maldonado is struck out and doubled. And he was thrown out on a great relay from Murphy to Hubbard to Oberkfell. That happened in the 4th inning. One ball, no strike. Mailer usually throws well over 100 pitches a game. Today, no exception. He has a lot of 2-0 counts. The next pitch is outside. He has a lot of 2-2 counts, 2-1. Very seldom gets through an inning without throwing several pitches. 2 balls and no strikes. He tries to work the corner just about on every pitch. Now the 2-0. On the way. Hit foul on the right side on a play. He's got a pretty good fastball tonight. They've been late on it. Maldonado was late on that last one. I haven't seen him throw a knuckler. 2 balls and a strike. Game was speeding along, and now it's all of a sudden come to a halt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mailer trying to get out of it. 1 run has scored in this inning. And the pitch. Strike, fastball, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Maldonado waiting. Mailer pitches to him. There's a curve. Struck him out. Hall off second. And the stretch. Here's a pitch. Way outside, 2-2. I know what'll bring some luck. I'll get the net out. Hadn't had the net out. We'll put it over on this side. And we'll see now. the lucky net. Gonna get a run. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a pitch. Swung on line. Foul over first. They're having some pretty good cuts at young Kelly Downs, and Ouellette goes out to talk to him. They start their bullpen. That's Robinson. Obi waiting. Downs at the belt. Here's a pitch. Swung on, popped him up. Behind first goes Clark, fighting it, but over comes Thompson, and he's got it. Hall trying for third. He makes it. Good base running by Albert Hall. He tagged and came to third on a pop-up behind first, where a fly ball gets him in. There's no substitute for it, folks. Speed. We've said that so many times. Thompson made the catch. About 10 feet down the right field foul line, 15 behind first base. Norm Sherry, their pitching coach, on his way out. And Hall, Brenly is deep at third. They've got everybody back. They'll concede a run on a grounder. And the pitch to Murphy. Swung on and missed. 0-1. That was a slider and a good one. Last time up, Murphy singled to center and almost hit Downs. No balls in the strike. The wind and the pitch in the dirt. Gets away, but not far enough. Ouellette was on his hands and knees after that ball. Mark Davis starts throwing. He's a lefty. Robinson's also throwing. Cincinnati now leading the Dodgers 5-2. Larkin hit a home run for Cincinnati. Dodgers trying to snap what has now reached a 6-game losing streak, I believe. We'll check that one for you, too. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, missed. 1-2. Dodgers have lost 6 in a row. They were swept by the Braves. Prior to that, they were swept by the Reds. That was in Los Angeles. Murphy with RBI number 82 at third base, if he can get him in. He's hit 29 homers. Hit one last night to tie the ball game in the 9th. Braves won it in the 12th on a double by Sample. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kelly Downs winding. Pitching to Murphy. Swung on, missed. Struck him out. Boy, I believe that was a split finger fastball. Doggone it. That split finger fastball is killing some guys. We're going to look at it again. It had to be something like that. Seemed to go down. Here's Bob Horner now. It takes a 2-out hit. Good pitching by Kelly Downs. He got a big strikeout in Murphy. Horner is hitless in 2 trips. Hall trying to bother the young pitcher. Comes down from third. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swung on, missed. That's another split finger. Got to be. 0-1. I haven't seen him throw that many tonight. Most of his pitches have been curveballs and fastballs. Or I should say sliders and fastballs. Boy, he's going to the change now. No balls and 1 strike. Hall at third. Here's the windup. Pitch to Horner. Swung on, hit foul. 0-2. There's another one. I believe that Sherry went out there and just told him, hey, on these big guys, try him with a split finger. No balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 Giants. Bottom of the 6th. Downs backs off the rubber. Now the sign is given. Hoerner steps out. Oh, and 2. Here's a wind, and the 0-2. There it was again, down low, 1 and 2. Two outs, runner third base. Here's his windup and the 1-2. Low again, breaking ball, 2 and 2. Hall beat out a bunt, stole second, went over to third on a short pop behind first. He's still there. 2-2, hit foul. Hoerner and Murphy have not seen a fastball to hit. I don't blame him. Bobby Wine, who's doing color on TV while Pete and Skipper Way be working today and tomorrow, verified what we've always said. The changeup is so important. You got to have more than a fastball. These guys love fastballs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch swung on, hit foul again. Hoerner hanging in there tough. He's got that compact swing. He can wait as long as possible before he pulls the trigger. Two and 2. Hoerner's been up there a while. Here's a windup. And a pitch. Low. 3 and 2. Ball got away for a moment. Willett wouldn't get too far away. They've already experienced a display of Hall's speed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Against the Giants in '86, Hoerner with a couple of homers and 7 RBIs. Career-wise, hit very well. 293, 26 homers, 72 RBI. Now the look in, and the wind, and a pitch. Swung on, hit foul, past third. Stays 3 and 2. Griffey on deck. Kelly Downs digging away out there. Now he's ready again. Here's his pitch to Hoerner. Low ball 4. He just kept throwing split finger fastball after split finger fastball. Finally walked him to put the tying runs on and bring up Griffey. That is the first walk by Downs. Now here comes Roger Craig. On to the 7th with the score. San Francisco 2, Atlanta nothing.
Hey, fresh flower, 375. Take a right on, please.
Benedict with a sign. Davis a switch hitter, and here's the pitch to him. Inside corner strike, 0-1. Davis doubled in the second, grounded out the second in the 4th. Benedict puts down fingers, and Mailer pitches. Did he go? No, he didn't. They asked for help. Third base ump says no. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the look in, and Mailer with a big wind. The kick, the pitch, curve, swung on and missed 1 and 2. I mentioned in the Major League report, and I'm sure that everybody listened to it. Shame on you if you didn't. But we often talk about one-run games. Now the 1-2 pitch. Driven to right field. Albert Hall coming on. He's got it. That ball was hit hard. Hall caught it. A line drive to right. You know how happy you are when you win a one-run game like last night, for instance, but how it really pulls at you when you lose a one-run game. You think of all kinds of ways you should have won. USA Today had a rundown on winning and losing one-run games, and it was really surprising to me, but I can see why it would come out that way. But the teams, and it shows you what the effect is on your standings, the teams that lead the divisions, the Red Sox in California and American, and the Mets and the Astros in the National, first pitch outside to Brenly. The teams that lead the divisions also have the best one-loss record in one-run games. The 1-0. Strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. In extra inning games in the National League, the Braves have the best one-loss record in extra inning games. Here's a 1-1. Brenly takes outside. Brenly reached on that error by Ramirez that proved costly, and then he struck out in the 5th. Mailer's pitching to him. Swung on drill. Center field. Murphy over. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Inches off the ground. Great catch by Murphy. The line drive to right center. He's got that big glove. He came on. We'll look at it again. Brenly hit that ball hard. We've got our replay going. Murphy coming over. Just caught it just off the grass. Phil Ouellette, a left-handed batter, hit into a double play and grounded out. Hubbard really made a great play on him. That happened in the 5th on a bad hop. As a lot of infielders will say, anybody can field a good hop. How do you do with the bad hops? Hubbard pitches low. Hubbard went about 4 feet off the ground on the hop, came down and threw him out. It was the play of the game. Hubbard's been involved in a couple of good plays. He also was the middleman on that relay. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, missed on a change. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves trying for their 69th win. They've lost 77. And the 1-1. Swung on up the middle it goes. Base hit center field, just out of the reach of Ramirez. Bouncing ball, just made it into center field. A 2-out single. Here's Jose Uribe. Time has been called. Probably going to have a pinch runner for Ouellette. We'll see. Looks like Chris Brown, and it is. Brown can't swing a bat. He's got a bad shoulder, I believe. I'm not sure what Brown's injury is. I thought it was his shoulder. He can pinch run, but he can't bat. Braves bullpen becomes active. Brown runs well. Bullwine starts throwing. 2 outs, a runner first. Stretch. Mailer pitch, strike. Jeff Robinson throwing for them. Reds 6, Dodgers 2. They're in the 6th. Tom Lasorda is going to be happy when this season's over. Now the 0-1 coming. Swung on, loop toward center field, in for a base hit. Brown stops at second. Uribe keeps it alive with a single to center. The pitcher is due. Roger Craig did not flip-flop. This looks like Harry Spillman, our old friend from Albany, Georgia. Spillman. He's batting for Davis, the pitcher. Now he's going back to the dugout. What's going on here? Now Spillman is not going to bat. This looks like Lancelotti. Rick Lancelotti from King Arthur's Court. Like our daughter Chris always used to say, he hit good in the minors. She always analyzed the rookies. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. And the 1-0. Swung on, loop toward right center. Going to be in for a base hit. Brown will score. Murphy bobbles a ball. Uribe will be at third. Hall throws it in. That hurt, folks. A 2-out single. Rick Lancelotti makes it 3-0. They still got runners on the corners. Here's Will Clark. Tanner might make a move now. You would think he would, and he will. He's going to do a flip-flop. He's going to bring in Benedict with a sign. And the 0-1 is on the way. Nice play, Benedict. Nope, it gets away, and down to second base goes Lancelotti. That'll be a wild pitch. I thought Benedict was going to keep it in tow, but it got away. It was a pitch way outside in the dirt. Wild pitch, 0-1. Lancelotti is now at second. We're in the 5th inning. It was 9 o'clock. Now we're going to have another pinch runner. Woodward is going to run for Lancelotti. Two outs, runner second and third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Benedict puts down fingers. Runners lead second and third, and the 1-1 pitch. Curve strike. 1-2. Two away. Thompson is on deck. Here's a stretch. And the 1-2. Curve, bounce toward second. Hubbard's got it. Throwing to first in time. Here's Ramirez batting for Hazel Hayes in Atlanta. Goody's home run jackpot inning. Strike called. Robinson with the 0-1. Outside. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Jeff Robinson, who throws that split finger fastball, is behind in the count, 2-1. The next pitch is fouled away. Goody's home run jackpot inning, and it's worth $800 to a lucky winner, $100 for triple, 50 for a double. Hazel Hayes lives on Peachtree Road, Northeast, apartment 1001 in Atlanta. Hazel Hayes, our entry. The 2-2 Lined and caught by the second baseman, Thompson. Ramirez is out. Walter Rousey, looks like. Gloria Street, Athens, Georgia, is our entry. Benedict hitting for Walter. Walter Rousey, R-O-U-S-E-Y. 1 out.
5 2/3. Mark Davis got the final out in the 6th. Now here's Jeff Robinson. There will be 2 out.
That's what that old speed does. If you hit a ball off the plate like that, Albert Hall would have beat that play, but if you don't have the speed, you can't make those plays.
Now here's Glenn Hubbard with Gerald Perry on deck. Remember the double switch, and Perry hitting 9th. And the pitcher hitting for the Braves in the 5th spot. And a very easy 1-2-3 inning for Robinson. Nothing across for the Braves. Here's a youngster who kind of has taken over. He runs the infield for the Giants, and the Giant players and management absolutely in love with him. One of those number 2 hitters that doesn't do anything flashy but gets the job done.
Plus, he's got 7 home runs, too.
Yeah, I think they were surprised by his power. 7 homers, 46 RBIs. That's not too bad. That's not too bad in his rookie year.
Turns a double play great. Does a real good job in double play.
Ed Olwine in relief of Rick Baylor. He has Thompson 1 and 2. Strike 3 is called right across the plate.
I think he had him looking for a fastball, and he threw him a curveball and just froze him.
And we'll see that again. He has a good curve. Now, that breaking ball was up too high, but as you say, Thompson was guessing the wrong pitch.
Well, he threw him the fastballs away and was kind of sinking it away, and then he ran the curveball in on him, and he was looking away.
Mike Aldrete, excuse me, Randy Kutcher is in the ball game, so. And Kutcher went to center field last inning. The Giants shifting their outfield around, took out Aldrete, moved Maldonado to left and Chili Davis to right. And that's fouled away. And this ball club is lacking really their best hitting outfielder, Jeffrey Leonard, who's been out since about midseason. Murphy in center field makes the catch 2 away. And now here's Maldonado. Been a very quiet game. Giants have scored single runs in the 2nd, 6th, and 7th, and the Braves have done nada. And they trail 3-0 here in the 8th. There's Olwine's breaking ball, low and in, ball 1. That's it. Oh, what a play by Horner. He flips to Olwine covering. He made a terrific Richmond. He hit from beginning to end. He hit 326, and when he came up with the Braves early in the year, he hit about 280. And he hit with some power, 10 homers and 75 RBIs. He's a good hitter, Bobby. I know he hasn't done it yet at the major league level, but he looks like a good hitter.
I talked to Roy Matika last night, who was a AAA manager and had Gerald Perry all year, and he just said he was outstanding. He said he was hitting close to 400 when he was recalled the first time. And then when he went back, he tailed off a little bit, but anytime you hit over 300 in any league, it's a good year.
And you saw Gerald hit it hard, but right at Uribe, went away.
Gerald's a good line drive hitter, and I really think he's got a chance to be a good hitter in the big leagues. I hope he gets the opportunity somewhere, if not here, to stay up here, because I think he's capable of playing in the big leagues.
Albert Hall fouls it off. Albert successfully dragged the bunt as last time. And the Braves have been held to 4 singles tonight. 1 a bunt against Giant pitching. There's a strike. What do you like about Jeff Robinson?
Well, he's got an outstanding forkball, which all their pitchers throw on their staff, but he got a little slider, a little breaking ball, and keeps the forkball down, and that's how he gets most of his hitters out.
Kutcher on the run makes a nice catch. A little shoestring job by Randy Kutcher in center field, 2-way. Kutcher got a pretty good break on this ball.
That ball tailed away from Albert, and Kutcher made a great diving catch there. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Gladden, because that's the way he goes after the ball, too.
And they're about the same size. 2-way, here's Ken Oberkfell.
I think Kutcher was an infielder at one time, and they converted him back out to an outfielder.
And every now and then, Bobby, in the late stages of games, he'll play third base for him or so. Shortstop. One game he ended up at shortstop here.
Right, I've seen him play some shortstop too. I don't know if he's a quality shortstop, but he will go out there.
The count 2-0. That was one thing different this year. You took one player away, and so with the 24-man roster carrying 10 pitchers, you have only 6 players on the bench, and so you need players who can play a couple spots.
Well, I know all spring we try to, get the team organized to have guys that could play other places, and you almost have to do it when you have a 24-man roster.
You're hearing some of the analyses and opinions of Bobby Wine, the Braves Super Scout, joining us for a couple of telecasts this weekend. Will Clark feeds Robinson. Well, the Braves going meekly tonight. 1 for AC. There you see the big feller. Chili Davis leads off the night. Chili has hit about 100 points less as a right-hand hitter than a left-hand hitter. Has it always been that much of a discrepancy, Bobby, that he's been a better lefty hitter?
I think he's had a little more power right-handed, but I think he's a better left-hand hitter overall.
Oh, he really has been this year. 2-0. Olwine and back of Rick Mailer. Mailer pitched very well, but I used to do hockey for the Islanders, and the Islanders, in the very rare times, because they had good teams, would be shut out. Al Arbor would say, listen, if you don't score, you can't possibly win, no matter how long the game goes. That's the same in any sport. Now, Mailer has pitched well, but he couldn't win this game if they played 25 innings. The Braves never score. 3-0 Giants in the ninth, and 3-0 on Chili Davis.
The pitchers go in the clubhouse once in a while, and they, tell the hitters when are you going to score some runs for me, and then the hitters always come back with, well, you got a bat in your hand, too, so it's a never-ending battle.
Dale on the run makes the catch, 1 away. Now here's Bob Brenly, who started at third. He's now behind the plate. Your old ball club, the Phillies, have had a very good second half, a terrible first half, but they have played among the best baseball in the league in the second half.
They might have the best hitting ball club in baseball right now. They're really tough. Mike Schmidt is having a great year, and Von Hayes has just been outstanding, and Sam Wells getting on and hitting some home runs, and Wilson came alive later in the year, and Milt Thompson struggled a little bit, and when they brought him back in September, he got a little better with the bat, and they're hoping he's going to come alive and be their center fielder, but Reedus came back and gave him a little offense and a leadoff hitter, and they got a pretty good offensive ball club.
Yes, they do. And about every guy you name can hit and also can run. They get a lot of extra base hits. Hayes and Samwell and all.
Well, Hayes is leading the league, I think, in doubles.
Yes.
And runs scored.
And they have a lefty hitting catcher who's been out with an injury since midseason, Darren Dalton. He and Russell, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
That's probably their weakest spot right now, is a catching situation, and I'm sure this winter they're going to be looking around for catching. They're not sure whether Dalton can come back or not, with the injury he had to his knee, so they're still, up in the air with that.
He showed pretty good power in the first half year.
He showed good power, but didn't hit much for average, but he hit the ball out of the ballpark a long way.
That's out of the ballpark. Brenly smotes it, and that is gone. Well, Brenly, who has just beaten up on the Braves over the years, does it again. And it is 4-0 San Francisco. That was one of those no doubt about it jobs for Bob Brenly. You see his home run is number 15. The RBI 58. His lifetime average against the Braves going into this game was 325. He's not a 325 hitter.
Well, it looked like it was just a high fastball that he got all of, and he hit it way back in the blue seats, so he didn't get cheated on that one.
Yeah, and the Giants here in the ninth with one out lead at 4-0. Louis Quinones came on as a replacement defensively at third.
Pretty good fielder, got some power.
Oberkfell throws him out 2 away. We'll see that home run again, Bobby. You have a chance to comment on it?
Yeah, it was a fastball right down the chute, and that's the kind of pitches that the hitters like to see. I'm sure of that.
A little bit away, so they get the arms extended and about belt high.
A little bit away and up a little bit, and right in the zone.
Jose Uribe takes ball one from Oline. And the Giants 4 runs on 9 hits. The Braves no runs on 4 hits. 4 singles, one of them a bunt. The breaking ball taken inside. Uribe held up. The count 2-0. They check first base, but no swing. That's going to be chop foul. Any opinions on the National League playoffs between the Astros and the Mets? Without, obviously, the Mets have a better all-around ball club. Pitching usually dominates in a short series, and both teams have great starting pitching.
Well, they are both good, strong ball clubs, and they both have good pitching. I tell you, a lot of people aren't giving the Astros much of a chance, but I wouldn't count them out. You know, they got Scott and Ryan and Nepper and Deshays, and their bullpen is outstanding with Kerfeld and Smith. And they're just looking great. I just left them 3 days in Cincinnati, and they swept the Reds, and they look strong. I mean, everybody on their club contributed in some way, and they're a good fastball hitting ball club, which the Mets are a power pitching team.
That's a good way to look at it, too. I know the pitching is there. If you can start Mike Scott, and Nolan Ryan, and Bob Nepper, Uribe fouls it back. They'll start against Gooden, Darling, and Ojeda. I think Ojeda's going to pitch the second game and Darling the third game. Anyway, that's great pitching matchups. The Mets have McDowell and Orozco in the bullpen. Deshays will help out the Astros bullpen, being a left-hander.
Plus, they open up in a dome where they're tough.
Yeah, they're a good ball club. They've deserved it. They just defeated the West, especially in the second half of the year. Oberkfell will make the play. The Giants are retired. They get a run on a hit. Clark at first. Bob Brenly doing the catching. And in relief, Jeff Robinson. Uribe at short. And quickly one away. But the Braves have been absolutely powerless tonight against the Giants.
The ball was hit pretty well, but right at him.
Bob Horner walked last time up. That's been the only walk issued in the ballgame tonight. One and 0 to Horner. Braves need base runners. That's a foul ball. One of the great, and I do mean really great broadcasters, and I know you had to like him, Bobby. You saw him all throughout your playing days. The late Bob Prince used to say, we need a bloop and a blast. The Braves need 3 bloops and a blast.
Well, you're right. Bob Prince was a great guy. He was a good guy for the players too. He pumped him up as best he could, and he was a fun guy to have around. He always made sure he came down and said hello to everybody, and he just was part of Pittsburgh baseball.
He really was. It couldn't be anything better than sitting somewhere in the press room, maybe after the game, listening to Bob Prince go through his stories.
He had some great ones.
Yes, sir. It'll be a 2-1 pitch to Horner. That one gets away from Robinson, who has really no desire to walk anyone with a 4-0 lead in the ninth. Andres Thomas comes out on deck. Remember that. The pitching spot, hitting 5th. And if you're wondering about Chambliss and Simmons, Chuck Tanner knows he needs 4 runs. He needs to get a couple of guys on, then bring up the Simmons and the Chambliss, try to get the big shot. Good fastball by Robinson, 3-2.
He struggled a little bit in the middle of the season with his forkball. He was throwing a lot of wild pitches and fast balls with it, and today he looks like he's got a little better control with it.
Oh, that's right at the knees on the outside. Horner hoping to get the walk, and he took the fastball at the knees on the outside corner 2-away. Now the Braves down to the last out. Andres Thomas will pinch hit for 0-1.
Well, could have been a little low, but too close to take with 2 strikes, I guess.
I guess. That's going to end the ball game. Robbie Thompson throws out Thomas.